What is going on, guys? We are here back at Trust Food Works. It's your boy Chef Raedar. Today, I'm going to show you my butt. Yeah, my butt. Oh, my pork butt. Sorry, how I do my pork butt. That I should have specified, I guess. But yeah, we're going to take you through the steps of how to trim it, if you need to trim it, how to season it, and how to get it in your smoker, how to smoke the crap out of it, and then we're going to muck the crap out of it. Stay tuned and make sure you like and subscribe because we always got content like this coming. Alright guys, so we have our pork butt here. You know, I know I say we were going to go through trimming, but we'll have to do a bit more trimming in another video because this guy comes boneless. Not too much trimming to go here. Just like if you remember in the brisket videos, we do kind of want to make sure it's aerodynamic. I'm going to take off all those areas that you think are going to burn, and you know what, that comes with experience. As much as I can say, the areas that are going to burn, you got to learn that yourself. So yeah, we've got the brisket here. This one is boneless. I prefer the boneless because as soon as I pull it out of the smoker and when it's done, after it rests, I can just stick my hand in it and pull it. Whereas the bone, as much as it may add some flavor, it's just not worth the effort for me. Like I said, when you're doing a bunch of these, when you're doing a bunch of these every day, you don't really want to be messing with too much of deboning or pulling bones out. So for me, this is just the easiest way to do it. These ones, unfortunately, this one came very trimmed already. Because it is not a actual whole cut of beef, pork. This is actually only half of the shoulder. So in the pork shoulder, there's what we know as the picnic and the Boston butt, and this is the Boston butt. And the picnic and the Boston butt together, they are what you know as the whole shoulder. Very misleading calling it a butt. I personally don't know where that came from, but it's a butt. So this guy, yeah, like I said, it's already pretty trimmed. Over here we got a little bit of fat that we're going to take off. Not too much. This guy has also sat in a brine for a couple days, so you'll notice as I make my cuts, you'll notice a bit more of the pink fat because the brine has pulled out a bunch of the blood that is in the actual fat and any of those juices. So yeah, like in the point of a brisket, the pork butt has a lot of intramuscular fat, so that is one reason why we cook it low and slow, really render that fat down so it becomes buttery goodness. That being said, this guy's looking great. All we need to do is season it and we'll be good to go. Alright, seasoning, a little bit more complex than the brisket, but not much. So we've got our onion powder, we've got our salt, or sel de mer. We've got our coarse ground black pepper, and look, seasoning already wants to be on the meat. And we got some paprika. We're going to go and do about 50% salt and pepper. Get that in there. Going to add about 20% onion powder. And when it comes to the paprika, just enough to give it a bit of color. Nothing crazy. Set that to the side. Looks good. Just like our brisket, even more so because pork can actually handle a bit more seasoning than brisket. We are just going to get this guy covered. Flip this guy over. Hey, are you still looking at my butt? Okay. Bit more seasoning. Now I personally like to open this guy up, Get some seasoning in where that bone was. And all on the sides. And that looks great. Next step, we're gonna go out. I'm gonna show you how to start up. We're gonna use the propane smoker today. I'm gonna show you how to start it up, get it going. This guy's gonna rest, come to room temperature, and then we're gonna get it going. All right, so we've seasoned up our pork butt. We are going to use my Master Forge propane smoker today. So we've got it heating up. We're gonna throw some hickory pellets in the tray. We're gonna stick this guy in here, let that heat up. And once we start to see that blue smoke, then we're gonna throw our pork butt in. So we have our pork butt seasoned. We have our temperature, or our smoker up to temperature. We're sitting just under 225. I'm actually gonna let off the propane a little bit. That's the one beauty thing about having the propane. A little bit more control. You can see that nice, beautiful amount of smoke coming out. And we are going to put this guy in right in the center, and we want fat side up. I know, again, it's all preference. If you're dealing with a lot of direct heat right below your pork butt, then maybe you want to consider putting the fat down as a protectant. But I like having the fat render on top and drip down because it just makes the product better. So that's all that's left. We just got patience. This one, even easier than the brisket smoker and Cheech, because it's just propane. It's a wait and have patience kind of game. All right, so we will check in along the way, show you different updates when we wrap, all that fun stuff. And the most fun part, at the end, we're gonna eat it. So yeah, that's it. All right, we're checking in with our pork butt. We've been going for about, I say, an hour and a half. Just checking in, seeing how we're going. We got it in here in our propane smoker. So let's pop it open. Yeah, you can see that. All right, let's get you a bit closer. There is our pork butt. So again, that's about an hour and a half in. We're gonna be going at this for probably another 9 hours at least for this guy. Let's get that door shut. That smoke is, it's the only problem with having a smoke shack. Woo! That fresh air, gotta love it. Alright, so we are about 5 hours actually into this cook. We're going to take a look at the temperature of this pork butt, see where it's at, kind of make a judgment call of how much time we need left, or how much time is left. If we're in and around the 165 degree range, we are actually going to wrap this in aluminum foil. You can use a foil, butcher paper, anything. That'll just keep some of those juices in and actually start to braise the pork butt in its own juices, and that's going to help to finish separating all those intermuscular fibers and make this a nice tender pork butt. So we're going to open this guy up. We've got our Inkbird thermometer here. You can get these on Amazon, about 30 bucks. They're great. Instant read. Yeah, now these things are good enough to use on the regular. When I first started, the digital ones were not very accurate at all. But yeah, digital, great. I've also got an Inkbird one that you probably actually already seen. Yeah, you already seen in the brisket video, and that one's great because then it attaches to my iPad and I can do that. But we got this thing open, so we are sitting at about 127 degrees. Let's see if we can get a closer look at this. 127 degrees there. Oh. So we got about 30 more degrees. I don't think I told you guys before, but we're actually cooking this butt at about 225 degrees. So I'm keeping it pretty low. We want to keep that nice and low and slow so we don't dry the meat out. Other than that, we'll check back in probably closer to the time, maybe another half hour, 45 minutes. And we'll wrap this butt up, get it back in there so I can finish up. All right, so our pork butt, we're sitting around 160 degrees. This is usually where you hit what is called the stall, where your meat doesn't really move anywhere temperature-wise. It just kind of sits there, it hovers. It's an important step not to lose your patience, let's say. You want to keep the temperature steady. You want to just let it push through, let it ride. But you also want to open up your smoker, pull your meat out, and you want to wrap it. So then it starts to actually what we call braise in its own juices. And braising is another thing we'll get into in some other videos, but that don't want to get too much information all at once, right? But anyway, I'm going to pull this guy out. We can see how it looks. And then we're going to wrap it up in some aluminum foil. You can also use butcher paper if you desire. Benefits, I just like working with the foil better. It's easier to work with. It just shapes better. Other than that, I'll stop talking and we'll get to it. There we go. We are about half, just maybe 3/4 of the way through our cook. You'll notice it's got a nice amber color. It's steaming nicely. Don't want to keep this out of the smoker for too long, so I'm going to shut up and we'll get it back in the smoker. All right, we are, I believe it's 8 hours into this process. I want to sleep, but I want to eat. And I kind of want to have a beer. But I ain't done till it's done. So we are at temp, but that does not mean the process is over. What's next? Into this guy. Trusty dusty cooler. Does not matter what kind of cooler it is, but we are going to open this puppy up and grab this guy and just plop it in there. Get our lid on, and we will see you guys in about an hour when we'll cut open to this guy and check it out and give it a taste. So we are almost there, but not quite. We got a little bit more to go. All right, just the moment we've been waiting for all day, or at least 9 hours. But it's a long time for cooking, but time to actually cut into it and see how it looks, see how it tastes. So let's grab this pork butt. All right, here we are, juices and all. That smells absolutely phenomenal. What do you think, Josh? You smell it from over there?
Oh, that's pretty good.
So we're just going to, and here, barbecue trick right here. Get yourself some of these gloves. I got these on Amazon, 15 pairs for like 12 bucks. Then you can put your gloves over top of them. Insulated vinyl gloves, bam. All right, we're gonna take this guy out. Put this to the side. We want to keep those juices. We don't want to cut into those juices. So we're going to grab our slicing knife. Normally, I would probably just stick my hand into it and twist, but I want to get that nice center cut. So we're going to get a nice cut down the middle. Oh, look how easy that was. And look at that juiciness. Look at this beauty. Oh, just that. I'm not gonna push too much because I don't want to actually push too many juices out, but look at that just falling apart. I bet you I could do this. And look at that. Look at that smoke ring. Look at that. Here, zoom in on that right there. That I can't wait. Mmm. Mmm. If anyone ever told you fat is not good, they're lying to you. Well, there you have it, guys. That is Chef Raedar's butt, or should I say smoked pork butt. I could do this all day, every day, and I make this joke all the time, but I do. This is one of my absolute favorites. I could eat this every day of the week, but the most important thing, if you guys liked this video, be sure to like and subscribe, because we got a lot more like this stuff coming. We're gonna have videos coming every week. If you have any ideas for videos that you want to see us tackle, anything you want to see, let us know in the comments below. And if you didn't like it, let us know in the comments why you didn't like it. So anyway, I'm gonna chow down. I've got some munching to do, so I'm gonna ask you guys to skedaddle and give me some privacy, because yeah, I need it. So peace out, guys.